Welcome to another presentation. Now this intro picky doesn't belong to me, but credit to National Express West Midlands.
17 from Heath to Stourbridge. So this is operated by National Express West Midlands. Previously operated by Diamond. 267 Stourbridge to Heath, and on beyond Kingston for 657 Kingston to Stourbridge. Section direct through Worsley and by the farm. And they go through to work and it's on Dudley Rota. When the 5 was on its own, it only ran between Dudley and Cayford, and then served the and then it used any type of buses, street decks, B7s, E400s, also Tridents. And Maidendale Road is still on the 657, which I thought was going to be told that it's not on the 267. Well, I thought that area was no longer to be served by the service. So this is the 657. No, 17A formerly 267. Just right there is Stourbridge Country Park, just right there. And 17A used to be between Stourbridge and Cayford, 267 between Cayford and Woolheath. And so this is the 17A from Woolheath to Stourbridge via Kings Winford and Bromley. And then in Viro 200. This is Maidendale Road. There is Dudley.
On the next corner, please.
Stourbridge starts in.
That's it, where we go this morning. Thank you.
So this is
This
Mayfair
morning
Road.
going into Stourbridge, he didn't take them round by the glass works, dropped them off on the main road. They was angry.
Now leaving the Woolheath Estates en route to Kings Winford, Cayford. Mayfair Drive just right there. This part of the route. Just before the acquisition with Hanson's. Here is the grammar school. Just out from school, so at Dorley Bank Grammar School. So just gone past Dorley Bank and just serving the artery 267 road down towards Stourbridge. apologies to Saturday times on. Anyway, there's the 17th from Dublin to Stourbridge, 5 Kingston, E467. That just gone past was the express line 400 on the Dublin Towns line, 17 forming number 257, of course, other routes along here, 15 to Wolverhampton, to Parkwood's Warning, forming 255 and 255B, 255A and 15A from Ferry Hill to Wolverhampton. So 15 is Ferry Hill to Wolverhampton, and also there's 16 from the 256 to Wolverhampton. So to Wolverhampton from Stourbridge. There's all the shops. And 5 to Dudley, formerly numbered the 205. And also going to do that service on Sundays. Go to Stourbridge. Metro used to be NX5 used to park. Diamond 5 and the 16s, 17s, and also you have the commercially run Diamond 236 that by Tibbydale from Ferry Hill to Dublin from Albert's. Anyway, here we are, the Swan at Kingswinford. Here we go to Greenfields Road. Greenfields Road. Beach is closed. This is the 17A Beach Road. Now this part here was the old 657 run by Diamond. And of course the 267 was also part of the first Midland Red franchise, which was Kiddy's first ever. Before Kiddy sold first to Diamond. This is Sycamore Road now on the 17A. So this part here is a bit of a problem. There are no bus stops around here, so this bus just continues just to the side course. Over there is Sedge Lane, and just beyond that is Wolverhampton. Apparently, this route is operated by Pensneck NX Carriage, and the Pensnecks do not do services beyond Dudley into Sedgley only for services to Birmingham, and also an additional 24 from Diamond and Hanson to even Ico to Foxyards. Now they've added Forest Road onto it to make it a bit more longer. Pickle Weapons Museum no longer have Foxyards bus service. Also probably the lost the Mariel. Just on Rowan Rise and on Rowan Rise. So this is the main continuation first. 15, 59, 17. Going to turn right towards Bromley and Crestwood. It is a shame that National Express have wrecked parts of the wrecked area. It's such a shame they've wrecked it because it is due to health and safety precautions for the routes. starts. Enviro 200 starts. They also used Optair solos, fleet numbers 734, X Stagecoach solo, and also 2840, which is the best solo, the little mini solo. And also 20524, which was my last one on Big Blue ride on the route. Anyway, here we are. This is we're now at just off Stanfield Road, and here we go along the. Now that part there, that little narrow turn off point, just right there was the. I think I might have been seen on the 657, but I'm not sure. I don't think it was. This is Briar Junior, and then there's the Briar Secondary, and of course next door is Crestwood. So that's Crestwood's Briar School. The Briar. So the Briars. We're on our way to Stourbridge shortly. Here we go. On Rangeways Road, so we're paralleling the 226, just as far as the old Worsley Hospital site, where it used to be. So here we are. So right, we're in the lane over right now. It's just boring. Right, this is the. So here we go. So we're on the two. So we're on the. So we're on the 17A all the way down to Stourbridge interchange. So we're to Stourbridge bus terminal. This part was the old 657. Of course, there's the high. So just going downwards, just beside me was where the old water tower was, which still stood there. It's not been used for a long time. Over there's Bromley Hill. Of course, the flash distant to this route is a similar kind of speed to the 202 from Bromsgrove to the Hales Alley. Like a red one. This is a twist and a turn. Just right there, former jigsaw food hall as well. Long time ago, it's an old food court. The old food court. The old food court. So, off the road. So now I'm going to turn left now directly into Worsley. Worsley Hospital's just right there. It was actually just past the 16 on route to Wolverhampton. Parkland Depot, and of course the clock is the same colour. The light was just like this one on the Holy Trinity, and we're just going to parallel to 226 for the third and the very time. We're going to parallel most of the 226, but only for short distance. All the cats at the end just right there, and then the 5 as well. So it's now 15:18, just got past Worsley Chipper. Worsley, Holy Trinity Church, popular green door, and it's just going to be through the gates. Lifestyle Express, and we'll soon be arriving at, I'm assuming there's the Rosen Canal, and that's where the 226 goes to St Ormond and Huckle, which is part of the old school, Worsley school, and just right here is the popular Black Country, Red House Cove. Just been here ever since, and is the Ocean Basket, formerly known as probably the most interesting, iconic, traditional meadow walks. Just been past Floors for years, formerly known as an outer road, and now of course bathrooms for all bathroom shop. And there was also a tile place just on this side here, and there's the popular Glassworks Public House in Shemmick, the MOT Centre, just on the parking lot over there. I mean, just on that position there is of course the Stourbridge Volkswagen, even though we're not in Stourbridge just yet, but however, Worsley is part of the Stourbridge and Stourbridge Borough, and also part of Raleigh Hill Borough. Now of course, we're on the estate now on the 17A route. Of course, this is like an additional extension, but not run by Park Lane, but run by Vensnick. So the 17A comes this way to serve Stourbridge University Estate. And of course, Dom ticketers were called ticketers, and NXs are NX, and they were both mostly the old wayfarers. NX at Nash Express, and a ticketer was a diamond. Of course, NX still have the vaults on their buses, which is interesting because diamonds, they don't use vaults, because when they bought Amazon, what they did, they took the vaults out. They took all the vaults out, which was where you put the money in, and first don't use it, neither do Arena. Only NX and Lexco still have vaults. And I do like the vaults, as they're interesting. Right, here we go. On the route now, especially using the cash machine, but cash is now gone to contact. It's now Sabrina and Anzo and Jules, but they do the 28 run, the Stourbridge to Halezone via Mary Hill. The section from Stourbridge to Mary Hill was the 287 operated by Diamond and Patsons. And also the section to Halezone, to the finalist barn, as it was before, was the 14 from Briley Hill, but they took Briley Hill off. And also Dunn's Bank is not served on that because that is only provided by the Diamond 13 service, which also goes to Halezone. And also the 28 beyond the Father's Barn then takes part of the former nighttime and Sunday Diamond Tibberdale's 142 service. So now there's a daytime service to provide that area now, even for Mondays to Saturdays, but no service on Sundays. The 129 service, which went from Birmingham to Mary Hill, did not run on Sundays and had late start and early finish. Late start in Birmingham, early finish. And also the 288 was the same, so the 288 does not run on Saturdays and Sundays, which is now the 10A and 10C, but Norton is now being chopped off, and even Sandwich Street anyway, as Pittsfield Triton on the 6 to Dudley via Briley Hill and Russell Hall Hospital. Of course, this route has been a good route years ago, when it was a good old 267 and now, the 657, so and now it's the Laser Quest. We're now queuing up at the Laser Quest now for a service to head into the bus station at Stourbridge. It has been a shame since they lost this part, soldiers. 491 and 449 from Wolverhampton. Lights, got green. College Street, I believe that used to be 7245, of course. The section of the old 129 route now was replaced by the Diamond 24 to Fox Yards. With that, the 129 to Blackheath was numbered the 13B and did not want to do the service to Mary Hill due to lack of problem usage. They just scrapped the route to Mary Hill, and then the 24 got scrapped from Raleigh Regional Hospital, so did the 289, which was numbered the 3, so only the 4M and the 208 went through there, but then this year, the 208 got numbered the 14A, and then I made it part like the 127 to go through Tibberdale into Blackheath Town Centre, and then go down Cottle Avenue on the old 129 route, which was currently formerly run by the 24, which was previously run by the 24, and the 24 got rerouted to reserve Raleigh Regis Hospital, also to cover parts of the old 124 route, and even the 81 also covers covered parts of the route like the St Murray Road without having to go into Neverton fast and direct, so there's no longer fast and direct into Neverton now, because obviously with the loss of the 124 route. And it was such a shame since they lost the 124, because that was a popular route from Dudley, from Rhode Island, of course. It's a lovely friendly route to Craven Heath. So Dudley no longer have a fast and direct service to Craven Heath, as that was the fastest to go to Craven Heath. So just now approaching Stourbridge, so just at Corbett Hospital, now at the Corbett's Hospital. This building here was the old, this building used to be known as the former Royal Oak Pub, and now it's been turned into a pet place. So just now at the traffic lights at Stourbridge. So it's been the first time the Dudley Road has come down this part of the road, because they usually come through the back way, like going through Red Hill and then on the centre. This is the first time they've reached this part. It's normally the Stourbridge Road that come this way, which is on the 6th, and also Wolverhampton 16 and the W17 Womben Rotor. All routes on the Womben Rotor come down this way, so all the routes that come down this way are now operated by National Express, but it's Diamond 17 on Sundays. Just now approaching the terminus to Stourbridge. Stourbridge interchange. So just heading onto the ring road. Of course, this was diverted last week. Had to go through Penfield rather because the roadworks was causing a lot of trouble. Of course, the roadworks down there, through the Broad Zone and next door nearby supermarkets, there's Costa Coffee and the KFC, and finally McDonald's, the fast food restaurant. So now we're at Stourbridge interchange, where we will terminate the journey. Costa Express, Mercedes garage, that used to be the old Midland Red West garage, and there's Wilco's, Wilkinson's, Womeley, Owen Alley. So this is Stourbridge interchange. And in the platform is the 318 towards Verons Grove, operated by Keds Cars and Coaches, formerly Diamond. So that was Diamond Route 8 before. Anyway, you come Stourbridge